Okay, welcome back. Well, as you saw, the the shook up beer tin, 10 yards, no problem at all. It just punctures them out the other side, no problem whatsoever. Like I said, this gun will push out about 3.5 joules. That's about 400 feet a minute, which is well below the 24 joules, which is the legal limit here in Spain. That's one reason I don't have a chronograph. I don't need a chronograph to tell me that this is not going to break the law, okay? It really isn't powerful enough to do that. But my garden, I normally shoot at 10 yards. Today I'm going to go the full length, because the garden is about 16 yards, so I'm going to try and increase the range on it. I'm going to see if I can puncture a hole in a shook up beer can at 16 yards, and hitting it at 16 yards is going to be quite difficult because there are no real sights on this. It's just the standard iron sights, which are not particularly that good. Plus it's a BB, it's flying through the air anyway, and people often talk about, is it adjustable for windage? Well, adjustable for windage. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, the sights that are adjustable, you can move them left or right to get them to shoot straight, okay? You don't do this. What's the window? I'll put a bit of windage into that. They're full of themselves, people like that, right? You just get it, so you zero it in. You use those adjustments to zero the sights in, so it shoots straight at a range that you want to shoot at. So obviously sometimes you can move the post up and down and you can get it to shoot accurately, zero it in at 10 yards, because something like this is not really going to shoot a lot further than 10 yards. I am going for 16 today, but that's asking a lot from this little gun, okay? I don't know that I'll be able to hit it with a smooth bore barrel and a round projectile anyway, because they go reasonably straight. This is where the pellet will always win out, of course, over the BB, because the pellet is travelling down a rifle barrel and it is going to be more accurate for sure. Powerage, I mean, power wise, if you had this in 177B pellets as opposed to BBs, the power output would probably be the same, but I think that the pellet would give you more accuracy, especially if you're trying to go out to 16 yards with it. And if I manage to hit the beer can at 16 yards, will it actually puncture a hole right through, like this? We've got a BB in there. I've obviously hit that a few times, but I've got a few cans left upstairs, so they're all shook up, ready to go. So let's go and see if we can blow a hole in a beer can at 16 yards. Okay, now this is my garden, so I'll be sitting there in front of the barbecue. Love that barbecue. And down the garden you can see we've got the a couple of cans of beer stood up, so I'll just pace it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 paces, and we've got a couple of cans there well shook up. Actually quite cold, they've been in the fridge, so it's asking a lot. It is asking a lot to hit and burst them from 16 yards away. We'll see what we can do. Okay, eye protection, and let's just see how we get on. Right, a long pull on the trigger. Definitely missed. Try the left side. actually saw where that went that time. Got it. At this range it's shooting to the right, so I've got to aim to the left to bring it online. So I've hit the right one, and I saw the fluid come out, so let's see if we can use the same adjustment for the left one. First time, and it's off. Spinning round on the floor, puking. Okay, safety catch on. Let's go and have a look at the target. Okay, well, yeah, straight through out the back. And this one, it literally just grazed it in the side there. But that's not bad, I'm quite happy with that. Like I say, you can't expect a lot of accuracy at 16 yards with a BB pistol, you know. And if you know where the rounds are going, if you can see, then you can compensate it by shooting the opposite side. So it was definitely shooting off to the right. I mean, that's probably a bit to do with my technique shooting, but so I had to compensate shooting to the left. Not actually that much, you know, surprisingly. I started off aiming for the centre of the target and then aiming for the edge of the target on both sides, and I just came out a little bit left. Not even a full can's, half a can's width, and when I scored. And as you see, the last target, the last one, which is this one, we hit it pretty good, nice and square. There's the trajectory thing as a thumb. So obviously the more you shoot, the more the feel you get for the range, and the more accurate you can be with your shots. But that is asking a lot for a BB gun, 16 yards for sure, all the way down the bottom end. So I'm very pleased with it. It is really good value for money. The Umarex Legends P-08 non-blowback version. Like I said, the only thing is that there's a long pull on it, which after you've fired about 60 shots, you know, your finger is starting to get tired. But what great value for money, you know, you couldn't go wrong. Even, I mean, I love the Luger itself because of the shape of the handle. I mean, the guy's even gone to the trouble of holding his arm out and coming up with the most comfortable angle for the handle. A lot of pistols today, they're just vertical, aren't they? And they're just not as comfortable to hold in the hand. It's great. I'm probably going to get a blowback Luger at some point, and try and get a few different versions of the Luger, because the Luger is fantastic. I really like the Luger. It's a very good gun for BB shooting. Thanks for watching, and like I said, 10 out of 10 Umarex. Okay, well, I've finished shooting for now, so I'm now going to make the gun safe. Okay, the safety catch has been applied. It is live. There are BBs in there, and one thing I will say is when you remove the magazine, there's always one that will roll out the handle. Okay, so you have to be ready for that. There it is, it's in my hand. There's always one that will come out. So I started with a full magazine of 20, and didn't use them all on 2 cans for sure. So I will put that one back in the clip. I'm not going to remove the cylinder because I might want to shoot it again later. So just make sure we're on safe. Like I say, there is a live CO2 in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inspect and look at and put in an empty clip. Okay, so if we go safety catch off, there's nothing. Make sure there's nothing in it. Okay, and then we can put it away out of meddling fingers. The the cylinders will run down, but they're good. They're good for about 60 shots, these things. Maybe a bit more, depends on the temperature of the day. And I've only fired about 30 tops. I mean, that was actually live firing. I didn't fake any of that. That was all totally real. That was how long it took at 16 yards to zero it in on the cans. Thanks for watching.